thought about
Hey
pre-recording.
gang, so my goal with this one, like I was saying earlier, is to try to distill this over 2 hour long talk with Benoit. And I would recommend going back and watching it, but I understand that you might be looking at that 2 hour mark and being like, I want the short version. Well, here's the short version. Basically, what they're going to be doing is moving from a feature-driven release system to trying to address stability. So now we finally have some clarification on what Chris Roberts was saying in his letter from the chairman. So what does this mean for us? It means that I might need to revise some of what I'm looking for this year. Not stability. Apparently that is going to be the focus. But we might not be getting all of the features that we're looking for. So when I say features, think engineering, the new medical game loops, anything like that, hacking. Those things will be shoved down the priority to fix things that are legacy issues left over by code rot. So things like the transit system and elevators and spawning ships, things that have been a thorn in the side of this project from the early days. Now they're going to go back and address that. Now, in a way, that's kind of a good sign because it means that this thing might be moving from an alpha project to a beta project, sort of in the wider sense of that. There are different, basically alpha and beta is whatever the company says it is, but widely it's seen that alpha, you're just kind of making the base game. Beta, it's feature complete, but you're polishing. This obviously isn't going to be feature complete if they've stopped producing features in order to work on stability. But Star Citizen kind of painted themselves in a corner the way that they were doing this and releasing a unfinished product into a live environment. On the upside, they get hundreds of thousands of testers for free that actually pay them. On the flip side, that means that they have to deliver a stable product. And over the years, that slipped more and more to the point where we had patches like 3.18 and now 4.0 where people can't log in for a month or two. So this is a good thing. It might be a little bit harsh. I think, Jared, I'm going to leave it with what he's saying right here. And I think that this little segment right here is probably, if you take nothing else away from this talk with Benoit, ironically, it's what Jared says right here. So I will leave him to it.
You're referring back to how we did it before. Yeah. In this new system, in this new way, it's a patch every month, but it's what is ready to go into those patches. We've said some version of this before. Sure. And let's just be super honest. We haven't been super good at sticking to the philosophy. You know, it was after 3. It was after 3.0. It was after that really long wait for 3.0, where some of us had to grow a really stupid beard.
Yes.
That it was okay. We're no longer going to wait for features anymore. We're going to do this quarterly patch, and then if a feature isn't ready, we're not going to wait for it. It gets pulled out. We weren't so good.
The famous go-no-go process.
Yeah, we weren't really good at that.
Which we internally called the go-go-go process.
Yes.
Which we moved away from.
I'm very happy to hear you admit that. The go-no-go process was a bit of a joke. It was the go-go-go process. And it's because there was this mentality here where we thought that we were a feature-driven project. Every patch people expect X number of features to be in there. We have to make these targets in order to keep people engaged and stuff. And it was just this Ouroboros
poop.
Oh God, that's 3. Where it was just, we were constantly chasing our tail and not getting where we needed to go. Now, that's not to throw the past aside. No. We're super proud of what we've accomplished here. But there's a point where doing the same thing year after year.
The same way.
The same way. And we always made changes here and there, and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So this year, and this whole thing that we're talking about today, and we'll talk more about it on ISE next week, is it's time to try something different. Now, this is incredibly scary for us. I'm gonna go on the record and say We have been a feature-driven project since the PE was first introduced in 2015. We doubled down on that after 3.0 at the end of 2017. To stop that and to turn all of our focus internally, to turn it all inward and say to this incredibly talented a programmer, you don't get to work on the super sexy hot new feature, you have to work on elevators now. That is going to create problems for us keeping people engaged, keeping people interested and stuff like this. That's when patches come out and when we get to April or May or whatever and people are like, where's my new feature? We haven't had a new feature in so many months. That's going to create problems for us on the marketing side and stuff like this. This endeavor is going to create struggles for us in how we position the game and how we market the game and how we attract players to come in and play. But we've tried the other thing for so long, and it's collectively what I'm seeing from everybody, from Chris to Aaron, to Rich Tywer, to everybody down the line, is something I've never seen in 10 years here, is this, everybody's hit a point where we've finally reached a consensus that we've done it this way enough. We have to try this now, and we have to make this experience better. Famously, we were watching, a big streamer jumped into game on Friday, had like 17,000 viewers, and 17,000 viewers were just watching him fall into an elevator over there. And it was just like, we had already made this decision. Like, this decision has been in place since December, but we were all just watching going, man, this can't come fast enough. So this is scary, but it has to be done.
And that's it for this one, gang. Let me know what you think down below. Think if I missed the point on this, let me know that too. Otherwise, catch you next time.